Okay, so hello everyone, welcome to Rubbed Creative Academy again. Today we are looking at elements of design, basically what we use to create design. So in the previous videos, you've seen introduction to Adobe Illustrator, we've seen the technical parts of the software, we've seen the tools, we've seen the interface, we've created some basic designs using the softwares. But in this, we have two things. One, the elements and principles of design. So in this one, we're going to look at the elements of design. So what are elements of design? These are the fundamental components used to create visual compositions in basically any kind of design. These elements cut across, whether it is sound design, whether it is architecture design, whether it is automotive design. Every field that relies on design uses these very elements. So these elements work together to convey meaning, create balance, and enhance aesthetics. Let's dive right into them. Number one, line. So what is a line? A line is a mark made by a moving point, having a length and direction. Lines can be straight, curved, thick, thin, dashed, and organic. Lines help us to define shapes, create textures, leads the eye, and conveys movement or emotion. Number two, we have shape. A shape is a two-dimensional enclosed area defined by lines. So the difference between the two is a line just has the beginning and an ending point. So when it comes to a shape, these 2 points have to meet. So a shape has to be enclosed. Shapes can be geometric or organic. Shapes help us to create structure, form icons, and help in visual hierarchy. Number three is form. Form is a three-dimensional object with depth, width, and height. In 2D design, form is implied through shading and perspective. It adds realism, volume, and depth to compositions. Number four, we have color. So color is visual perception of light wavelengths, defined by hue, that is to say the color name, saturation, that means intensity of a color, and value, that is the lightness or darkness of the color. So colors help us to evoke emotions, create contrast in our designs, and enhance visual appeal. Texture. It is basically the surface quality of an object. Texture is defined by either roughness or smoothness. Texture helps us to add depth, realism, and sensory interest to designs. Space. So space is defined by the area around or within elements, and this space includes negative and positive space. So positive space is the space utilized in the design. Then negative space is the unutilized space in your designs. So space helps us to create balance, it improves readability, and enhances focus. Typography, and that encompasses all to do with text. So text is a very, very important element when it comes to design. It improves readability of the design, also stresses the mood of your design. That is to say, you can use text to mean angry, and use text to mean lovely, use text to mean serious or playful. Another element is photography. So you've always heard the saying, one picture speaks 1,000 words. So photography helps in effective communication, first to improve on the storytelling and creating a cohesive visual style that reflects a brand or a project's identity. So then this brings us to an alternative to photography, and that is illustrations. So illustrations are basically drawn visuals. So illustrations help us to create a visual style, high quality vector designs. Illustrations also work best when dealing with statistical information. Yeah. when it comes to things like infographics. Then we have icons. So just like illustrations and just like photos, they help us to replace text. So one of the ways to keep designs simple is by use of icons. Icons simplify the overall communication of your design. Then we have logos. So logos purposefully grab attention. They make the first strong impression. They are the foundation of your brand identity. Logos basically identify who the brand is. Then finally, we have sound as the last element of design. So, sound in design serves diverse purposes, including creating atmosphere. It can also evoke emotions, convey meaning, and contribute to the overall narrative or usability of the product or experience. So all these elements are building blocks of visual design. Mastering them allows designers to create balanced, engaging, and effective compositions.